Hello. This video is designed for American Cancer Society Road to Recovery drivers who volunteer in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. It demonstrates the reservation system we use to let drivers know when drives are available. Drivers also use the system to reserve the drives they can take. The system was adopted in March of 2010. Prior to that, drives were reserved using a somewhat cumbersome email-based system. Our new internet-based system streamlines the reservation process, saving our volunteers a great deal of time and frustration. We value the time and energy you invest in the Road to Recovery program, and we want to make doing so as easy as possible. We believe this new drive registration system will do exactly that. The drive coordinator provides instructions when you become a Road to Recovery driver. Be sure to write the drive coordinator's name, phone number, and email address on the instructions. The ones you're seeing on screen now have Wayne's information because he is currently our drive coordinator, and I'll give that information to you later as well. What we're going to do is follow the instructions step by step as a way to demonstrate this system to you. It's very easy to use. You might use these instructions once or twice and never look back at them again, but we want to make sure that you've got everything you need to be comfortable using this system. Okay, let's start going through the process. This process is documented in the instructions I just mentioned. It's also going to be documented in the emails that you get from the drive coordinator, and that's where the process starts. I have one of those emails on my screen right now. There are 3 steps that you're going to need to take. The first one is you're going to need to look at the list of drives, which is at the bottom of the email. I'll show you that in a moment. Figure out if you can take any of them. If you can, there's some information you've got to write down. Then the next step is to find out, okay, is this drive already taken? Did a driver get the hours ago and they've already reserved it? Then, if it is still available, you reserve the drive. The neat thing about this system is that you don't have to email anybody about anything. You're just going to click on a couple of links, look at something, fill out a form, boom, you're done. So let me show you how this is going to work. Let's do step 1. Review the list for drives you can take. I'm going to slide down to the bottom of my email. And here's what this list is going to look like. It's going to show you whether the person needs a ride to, from, or both ways. It's going to give you a drive ID, which is very important. That's one of the creatures that you're going to be writing down in a moment. Who needs the ride? The date. Another very important component of reserving a drive. Where you're going, in this case St. Luke's Hospital, Donna's phone number, and where she lives, where you're going to be picking her up. So that's all the stuff that's listed for each drive, and you'll see that we've got a number of drives listed here. So you're going to go through this list and you're going to figure out, can you take any? Now let's say, for example, sorry I'm scrolling up and down so much, let's say, for example, that you can take this first drive. You need to write down the drive ID of HB, and you need to write down the appointment date, January 6, 2010. And now I'm going to slide back up to the steps in the email where it tells me that's what I got to do. Okay, so you review the list for drives you can take, and if you find any, you write down the drive ID and the appointment date for the ones you're available for. Next step, let's take a look and find out if any of the drives I want have already been reserved by another driver. In order to see if this drive is already taken, I'm going to come down here to step 2, see if the drive's already taken, and I'm going to click on this link, View Reserved Drives, and it's going to take me to a form that is going to list the drives, and here is why that drive ID number is so important. You look over this and find out you need the drive ID and the date. Okay, so we happen to have an HB here, but that's for January 26th. What we're looking for is HB and then 1/6/2010. That's not listed here, so that tells me that this drive is available. I want to reserve it, so what I'm going to do now is pop back over to my email, and come down here, and I'm ready for step 3. Now before I jump into that, let me just point out that obviously if you've looked at that reserved drives list and it's already listed, then you don't need to do anything at this point. You don't need to reply to the email and say, okay, I see it's already reserved, or if somebody cancels, I'd like to have it. You don't need to do anything at all. You can just delete your email and wait for the next one to come out for the drive coordinator from him announcing more drives. If that drive is not listed, then you're ready for step 3, and you're going to click Reserve a Drive. And the Reserve a Drive form is going to pop up, and you're going to fill it out. Here again, it's asking for that critical information of drive ID, which is HB, the appointment date 01/06/2010. You've gotta put the date in that format, and then your name. Don't use nicknames. Okay, so my nickname is Susie. I'm not going to put that. I'm going to put my full name. And then you click Submit. And that will put your request to reserve this drive goes back to the drive coordinator. What he's going to do at that point is generate an email back to you letting you know one way or the other, did I get the drive, or did you get the drive? The beauty of the system is you don't need to email anybody. You just need to sit tight at this point. You've filled out this form. The drive coordinator knows you're interested in the drive. He'll look through to find out what other emails he's gotten, and then as soon as he knows that it's your drive, he will send you an email saying yes or no. The only time you would ever need to get in touch with the drive coordinator directly is if you have not gotten that confirmation email within 24 hours. Okay? Give the coordinator 24 hours. If you don't hear from him by then you can get in touch using that contact information that you've already gotten. Now that you've seen the steps involved with reserving a drive, let me show you the same process, but with a drive that's already been reserved, so you can see how easy it is to tell that. I've gone back to the email and that's announcing the drives, and I'm going to go back down to the ride list, and let's say that I want to take this drive. The drive ID is AC and the date is January 7, 2010. So I'm going to pop back up to my View Reserved Drives link, and it's going to take me to that list. Now I'm going to look first for my ACs, and I see these two, but that's November. Here's one, the last one, AC17. That's the drive I want. Someone's already got it. So now that tells me that since that was the only drive I was able to take, I can just blow this email away. Go ahead and delete it, and then just wait for the next one to come out. You don't have to email anybody to find out if the drive is available. You just check that list and it will tell you. Okay? We have now gone through the basic process of reserving a drive. We've got 2 more demos for you to watch. The next one will take you through the hard copy instructions, show you how they mirror what we just did, and show you that you can use these the next few times you reserve a drive until you get comfortable with the system. The second demo is also going to show you how to bookmark some web pages. It'll show you how to bookmark the View Reserved Drives page and the Reserve a Drive form. Our third demo will take you through a series of frequently asked questions and a review of all the steps involved in reserving a drive. Once you see that review, you'll see how quickly and easily you'll be able to reserve drives that you can take and check back to confirm the ones you've already committed to. And now, thank you for your time in watching this video and the time and energy you invest in our Road to Recovery program. We could not possibly reach the patients that we reach in your area without you. Thank you.